Google Stitch just made every website designer replaceable. And in this video, I'm gonna give you a 4-step system to design client websites faster than ever. Building something this polished used to be in mood boards, Figma mockups, and 2 rounds of revisions before a single page was live. With this workflow, you can have a full conversion optimized page that you can show a client or launch the same afternoon you started. I'm a web design freelancer called Marcus Brantley, so everything I show you here, I'm thinking about from a real client work perspective. Now, this is the roadmap to this video. We're gonna start with step number 1, which is the setup. Now, before we prompt Stitch, we're gonna feed it inspiration. You can also just do it by prompting, but this way you have more control over the outcome. Now, step number 2, while it generates, I'm gonna show you 3 things that are very important for you to know. Now, step number 3 is something that you might have seen in Claude Code tutorials, but it's actually applicable for Google Stitch as well, which is the component strategy. Now, if we're talking about AI slop, then we talk about designs that just look like AI made it. Now, with components that are made by actual humans, you completely liberate that. Now, step number 4 is the build, so stick around until the end of the video because what I'm gonna give away for free is insane. Now, why not just use Claude Code? Because you can see beforehand what the page looks like before a single line of code is written. And also Stitch produces multiple pages that you can visually compare side by side. In simple terms, Stitch is the design phase and Claude Code is the build phase. So, like I said, the first thing we're gonna do is find inspiration. I've actually already done that, but just to quickly show you how you can do this, what I usually do is I go to Dribble, or you can have different websites as well, but I go to Dribble. Let's say I would like this one. I would take this, I'll hold Shift Command S, grab it like this. Then I'll just click the Save As button, and then I will just save it to a folder, and I'll do that until I have all my inspiration. All right, now back in Stitch, I actually already got my inspiration here, so let me just load in the first image. I actually liked this one. Just for your reference, we're just going to have a fake company that is a smart AI funnel builder, kind of inspired from Stitch as well. I'm actually going to use Whisperflow for this, so I don't have to type everything, and if you want to use that as well, it's in the description, and if you buy it through my link, you will actually get them on for free. But before we prompt it, I will actually go ahead and click on redesign. Hi there. I want this hero section, the reference image, I want this replicated, but instead of the square in the middle, I would like a triangle that looks like a funnel, because the website I'm going to create is kind of a smart AI funnel builder. All right, so my prompt is done. Let's actually send this off. Alright, so while that generates, I want to quickly point out 3 things that you really need to know. So first of all, you also have a functionality that's called URL to design. You basically take any URL, Stitch will go out there, look at the website and try to remodel it as best as possible. Now for the second one is colors and fonts. Colors and fonts come with it, but you can actually change that, which I will show you later on in the video. Now number 3 is the redesign button, and there's something very important that you need to understand about this. It will look at your inspiration image and then redesign it with Nano Banana Pro, which means that it will become an image and not an interactive website. Alright, so it's done generating. Obviously it's not perfect because it didn't do this one-on-one, but I still think this is cool though. Like, it still did a pretty good job at this. Let me actually show you how to change those colors that we talked about earlier. So if you click on this, you can see everything that you have, your headlines, body, primary colors, and so on. If you click on design system, as you can see, you can change everything over here. So let's say you don't like the headline, you can choose a font over here and you can change it to your likings. Alright, now let's actually talk about the component strategy. What this basically does is you can go to a website like 21st Dev, which I will show you in a second, and you can grab components that are human made, which basically prevent you from making AI slop. So what you do is open the component library and don't just take something that is random, take something that fits the design that you already have. And for this, you want to use websites like 21st Dev, and over here you can go to, let's say, to the hero section, and I'm just going to look for something similar of what we already have. So I'm going to use this one. You can actually interact with it and see what it looks like. I'm going to click on copy prompt. So now we're back in Stitch. Let me just copy this prompt right here, and basically what it will say, it will have the full component with a prompt prompt that says, you are given the task to integrate an existing React component into the code base the code base should support, and it will have all of this. Then I will say, integrate this component into the hero section, but make sure you keep the details of our own website. So it actually got back with it. Okay, so it did this again, integrating the full image into it, which is not really what we asked for, but let's actually preview this because I want to see if this is interactive, just like the component. What do we think about this, eh? This is insane, man, that you can do this. Now, obviously, we do not want that image in there, but we'll just prompt it to change that real quick. Okay, let's hope for the best and let's see what it comes back with. If we preview this, look, this actually looks really good. It's interactive. You have animations. Telling you, man, designers become replaceable. Now you can spend as much time as you want on the design, but for the sake of this video, let's go on to step number 4, which is the build. Now, I don't just want to give you the design, because the design is not what's going to convert a website. What we need is a framework. For example, the headlines. The headlines usually are generic. You go on a website and the first thing you see is welcome to business name. Now for headlines, what you really want to do is you want to have the end result, the time period, and the emotional payoff. Now, what is an example of this? Lose weight in 2 weeks and enter this summer feeling confident. And there's one rule that you can apply here. If someone only reads the headlines and nothing else, is the benefit still crystal clear? If it's not, you rewrite it. You can get all of this for free in the description. And it's not only headlines, it's how to structure your pages if you have problems with that, what to do with testimonials, everything is in there. So now actually apply that to this page. Let's grab all of this. Let's paste that in here. Read all of this information thoroughly and implement everything into this page. You don't have to change anything about the design. The only thing I want to see is you changing the copy and the structure of the website according to everything that has been prompted above. All right, so I'm going to send this off. Once it comes back, I will show you. You know what? Let's click on instant prototype and watch this live. Now let's actually see if it did what I asked it to do. Double your sales funnel conversions in 30 days and scale with total confidence. So we got the end result, the time period, and the emotional payoff. It did exactly what it needed to do. Stop wasting budget on traffic that doesn't convert by using our automated engine to build high performance paths that turn cold visitors into loyal customers. And then we have the call to action, start my high converting funnel, which is a very good CTA. All right, now for the next section, which is the PAS framework, which stands for problem, agitate, solve. So this is where you speak to your clients directly. Struggling with low converting traffic, it's not your ads, it's your funnel. This is the problem. Then agitate, you're basically going to emphasize the pain that they have, and then you're gonna solve it. Every day you stay stuck with static pages is another day you lose revenue to competitors who are already using intelligent automation. Okay, and then we go on to the second one. This is where we use social proof, but this is also very important to know about the headlines. Join 1,200 plus performance marketers who scale conversions through our engine. So as you can see, it does not say like, this is what our clients say. It actually says something benefit driven from other clients. Now we can go through the whole page like this, but what I'm trying to tell you is that this is not only a good design, it is also optimized for conversions. But again, A/B testing is very important, but that's a story for another day. But it has actually done a very good job. Now, there's 2 questions that we gotta ask ourselves. First of all, are website designers now replaceable? And second of all, is it worth adding to your workflow? Now, I think that if you know how to prompt and if you actually spend some time in actually making these designs, you can make a lot of designers replaceable. I still think that the AI needs a designer to actually prompt it and then to actually make sure that it does the right things, but it takes a lot of work out of your hands already. Now, is it worth adding to your workflow? Yes, I definitely think it is. For example, it used to be a pain in the ass to actually go out there, find inspiration, and keep on going until you find something that works. But now, while you find that inspiration, you actually visually create something as well. And you don't have to just design one page and be happy with it. You can design multiple pages and take the best design elements out there, so you can basically create one cohesive design. So I think it's definitely worth adding to your workflow. Now again, you can grab the BS framework in the description for completely free, doesn't cost a thing. And if you want to know which AI tools are actually worth using for real client work and not just the ones that look good in demos, this channel is for you. So subscribe, like the video because it actually helps pushing it to more people, and comment down below what you thought about the video. And if you want to know the reasons why Google Stitch is giving Figma a hard time, watch this video right here.